Elasticsearch, Logstash, and Kibana, aka the ELK Stack. What is it? What is the purpose and benefit of these tools? Welcome to day 2 of the 30-day MyDFIR SOC Analyst Challenge, which is a challenge that I created for the sole purpose of helping aspiring SOC analysts obtain practical experience in 30 days. If you're interested in following along with the challenge, I would highly recommend that you pause this video and start from day 1 if you haven't already. By the end of the video, you should have a better understanding of what the ELK stack is and the benefits of using ELK. With that being said, let's start with the E in ELK, which is Elasticsearch. Elasticsearch at its core is a database used to store logs such as Windows event logs, syslogs, firewall logs, and just about anything really. It provides you with the capability to search across your data and is built by the folks over at Elastic. Elasticsearch does use a query language called ESQL, which stands for Elasticsearch Query Language, and it is quite beginner friendly to use and learn. Elasticsearch also uses RESTful APIs and JSON. What this means is that you can use various applications to interact with your Elasticsearch database in a programmable way to retrieve information as required. However, if you aren't comfortable with querying your data via APIs, you can actually do this in a web console by using Kibana, which is what I'll go over later. Next is the L in ELK, which is Logstash. This is where the magic happens behind the scenes by introducing a pipeline that collects telemetry from various sources. It also transforms, filters, and outputs it into your Elasticsearch instance. As a side note, when it comes to collecting telemetry, there are many ways to do this. However, two popular ways are beats and Elastic Agent. There are 6 different types of beats: file beat for logs, metric beat for metrics, packet beat for network data, winlog beat for Windows event logs, audit beat for audit data, and heartbeat for uptime monitoring. And depending on what telemetry you want to collect, you would install the appropriate beat onto the endpoint. The other way to collect telemetry is by using the Elastic Agent, which essentially can collect all different types of data using one unified agent per host. And as a sneak peek, this is what we'll be using for the 30-day challenge. Going back over to Logstash, if this was configured, agents such as your Windows machines would be able to forward their Windows event logs into Logstash using either a winlog beat or an Elastic Agent. And then Logstash would be able to transform those events and push it into your Elasticsearch instance. Logstash has the capability to filter logs that meet a certain criteria, making it extremely customizable to fit your environment. Taking the same example, let's say that we're ingesting Windows event logs and only want Windows Event ID 4624 under the security log provider, which is an account successfully logged in event. We can then configure Logstash to only push Event ID 4624 into Elasticsearch, which will then help reduce the cost of ingestion and allow you to ingest what you ultimately want. Additionally, you can parse certain fields within a log with Logstash, and you might ask, what exactly does parsing a field mean? Well, if you have ever played with a sim such as Splunk, you might have come across certain field names that have field values, such as the field name of SRC IP, aka source IP, and the field value that contains the IP address. Parsing is essentially mapping a keyword within a log which will act as the field value to a field name. And one thing to keep in mind is that not all logs would have a parser ready to go. So this is where you can start creating and configuring your own parser to pull out certain values out of a log and then map it to a field name. Seriously, this is pretty powerful stuff if you learn how to do it. Lastly, the K in ELK, which is Kibana. With Kibana, we have the luxury to use a web console to query for our logs stored within our Elasticsearch instance. Kibana comes with many features built in, such as Kibana Lens, aka visualizations, where you can drag and drop elements to help build your dashboards. There is also data exploration, specifically the Discover tab, which will allow you to query for your logs using ESQL. There is also machine learning for anomaly detection, elastic maps for geospatial information, metrics, alerting, and many more. All of this allows us to quickly search for data, create visualizations, reports, and even alerts. And that is essentially the ELK stack: Elasticsearch, Logstash, and Kibana, along with Elastic Beat/Agent. If you're familiar with how Splunk works, where you have the search head, indexer, and forwarders, Elasticsearch, when used as part of the ELK stack, is similar to the indexer/search head for Splunk, whereas Logstash is the heavy forwarder, Kibana is the web GUI, allowing the user to search and work with dashboards and visualizations, whereas the beat/agent is the universal forwarder. Now, there are multiple benefits of using the ELK stack, and I'll provide 5 that comes to mind. The first one is that it provides you with centralized logging, which will allow you to meet compliance requirements and sift through data if a security incident were to occur. The second is flexibility. When it comes to log ingestion, by utilizing either beats or agents, it will allow you to ingest what you want into your Elasticsearch instance or Logstash. The third is the ability to create visualizations that will provide important information at a glance. And FYI, executives love fancy dashboards. So if you can build dashboards, that is a bonus. The fourth one is scalability. With the ELK stack, it is quite easy to scale the infrastructure to accommodate larger environments. Now, of course, this heavily relies on your budget, but if you have the budget to spend, the configuration to scale is quite easy. Last but not least, ecosystem. There are a ton of integrations available for the ELK stack, and if a certain integration you want is not available, you could ask the community for some assistance. As a bonus, many of the SIEMs out there are actually built on the ELK stack, which means that if you're comfortable using ELK, you'll transition quite easily into the other SIEMs. And there you have it. I provided you with an introduction into the ELK stack, and I'll also provide a link down below for you to learn more about it if you're interested. And that concludes day 2 of the 30-day MyDFIR SOC Analyst Challenge. Thank you so much for watching, and subscribe if you want to. Remember to stay curious and do things differently.